Hey folks, just thought I'd share with you guys a bit of survival stuff in coming from the angle that I always come from, which is like, I think I just gave you guys a finger, sorry. Coming from the angle of survival. So I'm in my van in a car park, in a shopping centre car park, just chilling, and I just went to a Nepalese store and I thought I'd try the chicken. I also bought a little clay pot and I'm slow cooking this Nepalese. Mind the mess, guys. The van is absolutely cluttered. See a little clay pot? And I think the seasoning, it didn't say it on the thing, but it's like a tandoor. Sorry. Anyway, it's like more like a traditional seasoning, a little bit spicy. It's really nice. I had one chicken wing and I thought, wow, that's amazing. But I thought I'd slow cook it longer, make it more tender. But it was really yummy. And I thought, wow, that would taste even better on the charcoal. But here I am just chilling out in a car park, Mind the bags falling everywhere, but you can just see the shopping centre out there. Oh, you can't see. Here's a car with a lady next to me, so I'm not going to point the camera over there because Borry's, respectful of people. But yeah, I'm in a car park and just chilling like a villain. And yeah, I thought, just so appreciative. So it's a very, one thing I'll say about the van life and the way I live, it's a very up and go kind of lifestyle. You got your whole life in a van and there's a lot of freedom in that. Sometimes it's hard to be sick and tired at times. It's hard because it's like, oh man, I've got to get up, I've got to do this, where am I going to stay tonight or whatever. But I thought I would share that, and I thought just the appreciation when I got some chicken, bought this cute little clay pot, and I have such appreciation for practical tools. And because a lot of you guys will see me, carving spoons and all that, and to a lot of people, and I know this, it's not necessarily that people would say this directly to my face, but it's like they see it as petty and pointless. But I've actually found quite the opposite, is where the little things, and appreciate the things that you do with your hands, and you have that a lot of skills and things you come by because of necessity. You realize that those very things, being able to stop and smell the flowers, are the things that are actually necessary, that are actually up on the priority list as most important. And I found the good faith followers that I have, not that there's a lot of them, but I find that's what you guys are actually appreciating. So I thought I would share that. And this song you're hearing in the background is the last song we've done with some mates. That's me singing. And so yeah, I thought I would just share the appreciation, for things like that. Yeah, it's a real clutter. Look at my laundry bag there, all shoved in. So it's not all bad, living this way and all that. And a lot of people go, oh, I wish I could just do that. And it's easy for me to see what I don't have at times, but just appreciating the things and the things I'm able to do in my circumstance, which I don't believe it'll always be this way. I think things will change in different ways. So I thought I'd share with you, is I'm getting a nice collection of carvings. I'm trying to hang on to them, try not to give too much stuff away and all that, because hopefully I'm just reaching in the bag, be able to do some markets. That's just a couple of spoons I just grabbed, and I want to I might go away soon. I'll see how I go if I can, and make some bigger spoons, because these ones are doing my van. It makes a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a, yeah, I do the smaller spoons in the van, but it'll be good to do some bigger spoons. But look at this one, guys. This is macadamia. Look at the figure in that macadamia. That's I call it the Rococo swirl. Looks like a shark egg or like a shell. See that swirl? But look at that figure in that macadamia. Look at the figure in that forehead. No, but look at that. Look at it. But yeah. And with the markets, one thing I've learnt through doing markets in the past, it's kind of a random thing to talk about, but when you have all the spoons out and you're selling, and it won't just be spoons, but let's say it's all the spoons, you will have things that are like extra flamboyant and stuff, and like showpieces, and I find that's really powerful with the whole marketing thing, doing markets. So who knows, Borry might try to get a market in sometime, but I've been getting a nice little collection of stuff, even doing, look at the little earring, little spoon earring. Look at that. That's Camphor Laurel. So yeah, just a real post to connect with you guys, because I haven't been doing a lot of videos, but I'm doing well. And yeah, it's one of those days where I'm like, oh man, I'm in this car park, and you know, these chicken wings are really yummy in this little pot, and just cook them up. And I've had a few people walk past and they're like, yeah, you know. So like they're like, oh, that's the life, you know. So it's definitely not all bad, you know. I guess if you to categorize my lifestyle, it's a very van life lifestyle, and it's not all bad. It's quite, it could be hard, like I said, but it's also rewarding in its own way. But just, I'm very, like I've said it in other videos, I'm very intentional. And yeah, so you hear me talking about spoons and, you know, making this and that, and being so amazed by something so small and relatively insignificant, but I found that's what's important. And we can get caught up in our busy lives, and I'm not saying, you know, providing for a family or working towards stuff, or paying off a house, or paying your bills, or just surviving, trying to get ahead financially. I'm not saying that's not important, but don't think for a second, don't get caught up in looking down your nose and going, you know, oh, that doesn't matter, it's just so insignificant, I've got bigger, better things to worry about. Because I've actually found it's often those small things, not just making spoons, obviously, I'm not just talking about spoons, but it's those small things of appreciation and stopping and smelling the roses that I found can be actually the big stuff. And because when it comes to providing for family and stuff, what can happen, and what happens to a lot of us, is in our attempt to appease or to provide or to be a man or whatever that means, we can lose ourselves, and then we can be discarded by even the loved ones around us sometimes. And I'm not saying that's always the case, no, but because we can lose ourselves in amongst all that. And when the pressure hits, sometimes we find that we've become empty in pursuing our need to work in the machine of our lives, and we can miss the mark. And so I hope, maybe that's a real deep, it's probably a deep way of looking into it, but yeah, it's important. It's important that in amongst your lives that you find those things that are sweet and beautiful, and don't just disregard by the wiring of life that you're living in, and disregard certain things and go, oh, that's just petty, or that doesn't matter, because I found that might just might be the thing that saves you. So like I said, it's I'm very intentional, and there's a lot of things I do that are the reason I've survived things that were really crushing in my life. It's because I've learnt to appreciate these things that a lot of people see as pathetic or insignificant, and it's these very things that quite often I found that's where God has met me. So I love you guys, and Big Borry out.